Okay, so when we are working things out like the likes of this, we have a subtraction, then we have a multiplication, and we got to remember which one we've got to do first. And of course things are going to get a little bit more complicated later on. For example, here we've got an exponent, we've got parentheses, we've got addition, we've got multiplication. So what do we do first? Alright, so we'll quickly run over PEMDAS. The order of operations says we must first start and simplify anything inside parentheses. Right, and by all means write this out again. I mean, I've written it out so many times I remember it, so you guys can do the same. Just write it out again. The second thing we do after that is all exponents. Take care of all exponents, right? The third thing is we multiply or divide from left to right. Okay? The fourth thing, because multiplication and division are considered the same importance, so we just go from left to right and do the multiplication or the division as you go, right? And the fourth thing is you go from left to right and you add or subtract. So add or subtract from left to right. Okay. So parentheses, then exponents, then multiply or divide from left to right, then add or subtract from left to right, and you'll be good. Okay, so let's start with this guy. There are two operations I can see, subtraction and multiplication. Which operation should we do first? Should I do 8 minus 2 3/5? Or should I first start with 2 3/5 multiplied by 1 1/2? Well, again, order of operations should tell us. Let's see. We have parentheses, by the way, but there's nothing to figure out inside of that. I mean, these are just mixed numbers by themselves. We don't have any exponents, no squares and cubes and that type of thing. Exponent is a squared or a cubed, right? Multiply, we do. We've got multiply, and then afterwards we subtract. So we'll multiply first, then we'll subtract, right? Okay, so we're multiplying mixed numbers. Do you remember how to do that? We've got to multiply mixed numbers, we've got to turn them into improper fractions. Okay, so turn this mixed number into an improper fraction. You go 5 times 2 is 10, and 10 plus 3 is 13. So we got 13/5, right? Multiplied by 2 times 1 is what? 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3 halves, right? Interesting. Does anything cross cancel there? I don't see anything that cross cancels there. Okay, do you? So I just go ahead and multiply it then. 13 times 3, you can do it over here if you want. 13 times 3, 3 3s is 9, 3 1 is 3. So that's 39. All over 5 times 2, 10. Okay. So this multiplication becomes 39 over 10. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Just don't change it yet because, okay, we've got 8 minus 39 over 10. Okay, and I guess if you wanted, you could put that as a mixed number. 10 into 39 goes 3 times and 9/10, but you don't really have to. Because if you did that, then you would have to start borrowing and stuff. So I mean, you know, we could just leave it as tenths for now and then figure it out in the end if we like. Okay. So let's see. 8 minus 39 tenths. The problem is I don't have a common denominator. First of all, write 8 as a fraction. How would you write the number 8 as a fraction? 8 over 1, right? Now, make these bottoms the same. Make these bottoms the same? You'd have to multiply this by what? 1 times what gives 10? By 10, right? Yeah, we gotta multiply this guy by 10 over 10. So I get 80 tenths minus 39 tenths. See that? Now subtract. Okay? So 80, 39, subtract. So I've got to carry. Okay, so I've got to go, well, 0 minus 9 won't work, so I've got to turn that into a 7, borrow 1. Now 10 minus 9 is 1. 7 minus 4 is, or minus 3 is that 4, isn't it? So I get 41 over 10. And that's an improper fraction, so you might as well write that as a mixed number, right? 10 into 41 goes 4 times, remainder 1, so 4 and 1/10, and that's the answer. Okay. So the trick was we followed PEMDAS, we multiplied first, then we subtracted. We could have turned this into a mixed number, 3 and 9/10, so we would have ended up with the same answer, 4 and 1/10. That's correct. I mean, but you didn't have to. You could just leave it as an improper and keep working it out. Okay, so we'll do. Okay, so we'll go on to example 2. We've got 2/5 times 3/4 plus 4 times 2 3/4. Now, what should I do first? I have 2 multiplications, this one, and I have an addition. Well, let's see. Addition is down here, multiply is here, so I don't have to work anything out in parentheses. I have no exponents, but I should multiply from left to right first of all. In other words, you should do this multiplication, then this multiplication. So multiply from left to right, and then you add at the end, right? So we'll do this, and then we'll add at the end. Okay. So we'll go ahead and by all means press pause and try it yourself, or you could race me and see if you can get done before me. Okay, so I'm going to multiply these guys now. If I want to multiply mixed numbers, I've got to turn them into improper fractions, right? So of course this is just 2/5. That he's fine. But this guy, turn him into an improper fraction. 4 times 3, 12. 12 plus 1, 13. Yep, 13/4, right? Now, does anything cross cancel there? 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 4 goes twice. Anything else? No. So 1 times 13 is 13. 5 times 2 is 10. So I've got 13/10. Just leave it like that for now. That might, you can do it. You can write that as 1 3/10, but just leave it as an improper for now. It might be okay, right? So we're going to do so we've got to add, but we're going to calculate this multiplication now, okay? So to multiply, I've got to change everything to a fraction. The first thing you got to change to a fraction is the number 4. Write the number 4 as a fraction. 4 over 1. Yep. Multiply it by this guy. Write him as an improper fraction. 2 3/4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3, 11/4. Right? Now, does anything cross cancel? 4 into 4 goes once. 4 into 4 goes once. Right? So 1 times 11 is 11. 1 times 1 is 1. So I have 11 over 1. Now, I'm adding fractions. So I'm just going to leave that as 11 over 1 because that might be useful. Because look, I have to add these guys now. That's my last operation. And I need to get a lowest common denominator, right? So go ahead and get a lowest common denominator. What do I multiply this guy to get tenths? 10, right? Yep, multiply this by 10 over 10. So I have 13 over 10 plus 110 over 10. What does that give? Add the units, 3 and 0, that's 3. Add the 10s, 1 and 1 is 2. And 100. So 123 all over 10. And now you can write the answer as a mixed number. So that'll be nice. Just at the very end, give the answer as a mixed number, right? 10 into 12 goes 1 time, remainder 2. Oh, you know what it is. 10 into 23 goes twice, remainder 3. It's got to be 12 3/10, right? Okay, so example 2, we've got 2 minus 7/8 times 2 plus 7/8. We've got a couple of things to work out here. What do we do first? Well, consult our order of operations PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, or subtract. Okay, I have 2 separate parentheses. Now the first thing to do is parentheses. What that means is you need to work out whatever is inside parentheses. Like we have to work out the 2 minus 7/8, and then we have to work out the 2 plus 7/8. Okay, and then I guess we'll multiply or something after that, right? So we have to work out this guy, 2 minus 7/8 first, right? So to work him out, we're going to first of all get a lowest common denominator, because I'm subtracting fractions, right? So 2 is the same thing as 2 over 1, right? Now make the bottoms the same. Lowest common denominator would be 1 times what gives 8? 1 times 8, right? But multiply top by 8 as well. Okay? So 2 times 8 is 16. So I have 16 eighths minus 7 eighths. What's 16 minus 7? And that's, of course, in parentheses, isn't it? Right? 16 minus 7 is 9. So in my parentheses here, I have 9 eighths. Great, so I worked this guy out to be 9 eighths. Just leave him alone. Like, I know he could be turned into a mixed number. Just leave him alone for now. You might be nice to be in that form for when we get to this. Okay? So don't be in any hurry to turn anything into a mixed number in these problems, because it may not. The improper fraction is often quite helpful. Okay? Anyway, 2 plus 7/8. Go ahead and figure out what that is. Press pause and do it, then I'll do it. Same way. You got it? Okay, I'm going to do it now. 2 is 2 over 1. Times it by 8 over 8. That gives me 16 eighths. Plus 7 eighths. 16 and 7 is the 23. Okay. So I have 9 eighths times 23 eighths. Does anything cross cancel? Unfortunately not. I can't see anything. So, of course, on the bottom, 8 eighths is 64. And the top, we got a little bit of long division there. 9 times 23. Okay, so 23 times 9. 9 threes is 27. Carry the 2. 2 nines is 18, and 2 is 20. So I have 207 over 64. Now that's my answer. I'd also like to put that into as a mixed number. So I'm just going to go quickly. 64 into 207. 64 into that. Let's see how many times. I know that 3 eighths is 3 sixes is 18, so 3 sixties is 180. So I'm going to guess 3, see if that works out for me. 3 times 4 is 12, carry the 1. 3 times 6 is 18, and 1 is 19. Subtract, and I get 7 minus 2 is 5. 20 minus 19 is 1. So my answer is 3, remainder 15. So this becomes whole number 3 and 15 64ths. Now, does that fraction simplify? The factors of 15. 15 is 5 times 3. Does 3 go into 64? Nope. Does 5 go into 64? Nah, because it ends in a 4, right? So that's the answer there. But the trick, the main part of the problem, of course, was to figure out the parentheses first inside there, and just leave your answers as improper fractions and multiply them. Okay. Now this is correct as an improper, but I think if we could just write them all as mixed numbers in the end as well, just so we have that practice. Okay. Okay. So here's example 4 and example 5. By all means, press pause and try it yourself, and then check to see if you get the same thing as me. Okay, I'm going to try example 4 now. And I've got to start with parentheses, then do exponents, then multiply, divide, and all that. So when it says start with parentheses, it means if you have something that needs to be calculated inside of parentheses, do that first. I do. I have 3.5 plus a half. So I need to do this first. Then I'm going to tackle the exponents, which is that cube. But we'll just do one step at a time, okay? So I'm just going to figure out, add these guys in there. So 3.5 plus a half. Can you just, like, say what that is? 3.5 plus a half. I mean, we could work it out, but we should know off the top of our heads right away. What's a half and a half? I mean, if you want, you can write that as 3 and 2 halves. Or 3 plus 1, which is 4. But you might be able to see, I mean, that's got to be 4, right? Anyway, so inside the parenthesis, I worked it out to be 4. So I'm going to write everything out again, just so I don't make a mistake. 3/5 plus a quarter times 4 and then cubed. And then I'm just going to, don't rush. You just make sure you don't make, if you make one mistake, the whole thing's wrong. So there's no point in rushing, right? Take our time. So we did the parentheses, great. Parentheses are done. Now, do we have any exponents? Squares or cubes? Oh, we do indeed. We have a cubed. And the cube, by the way, is just touching the parentheses, so it's only applied to this 4 here. Now, it's not applied to the quarter at all. So that is 4 times 4 times 4. Calculate that. Okay, well, let's do that then. 4 times 4 is 16, isn't it? So I've got 16 and then times 4 again. 4 sixes is 24. Carry the 2. 1 4 is 4 and 2 is 6. So that 4 cubed becomes the number 64. So I have 3/5 plus 1/4 multiplied by 64. Okay. So great, I've got rid of parentheses. I got rid of my, I applied my exponents. So parentheses are done, exponents are done. Now I've got a multiplication and an addition. Which should I do first? Multiply or add? I should multiply first, right? So how do I do a quarter times 64? Write 64 as a fraction first of all. 64 as a fraction is 64 over 1. Now, can anything cross cancel? I think so. I think 4 into 4 goes one time, last time I checked, and 4 into 6 goes twice, once, silly me, once, remainder 2, and 4 into 24 goes 6 times. So what I get is 1 times 16 is 16, 1 times 1 is 1, 16 over 1. But of course I still haven't dealt with the 3/5. So just leave that as 16 over 1. That might help to just leave it like that. Because now the last thing to do is add. We've done everything else. The whole thing has become 3/5 plus 16 over 1, right? So can you make the bottoms the same and add them? Can you find a lowest common denominator? Or who am I kidding? There's a really easy way to do this, isn't there? You might have seen it already. Hold on a second. Let's look at this a different way. What am I thinking? 3/5 plus 16 over 1. Hold on a second. That is 16. What's 3/5 plus 16? It is 16 and how many fifths? 16 and 3/5, isn't it? Yes, indeedy. 16 and 3/5, right? Why didn't we think of that? Well, maybe you did. Yeah, so that of course just becomes 16 and 3/5. So that answer just kind of popped out at the end. That was nice. I mean, if you had have made the bottoms the same and added, you would end up with 16 and 3/5 anyway. It's just that it was kind of obvious just to do that. Hopefully, it was a lot easier to do that. I mean, okay. So example 5. By all means, press pause and try it yourself. Okay, now I'm going to do it. So we've got to definitely watch out for PEMDAS on this guy. We have parentheses indeed. We've got to start with parentheses, and we've got 2/3 plus 7/3. So we're going to start there, calculate what's inside here. Oh great, the bottoms are the same, that's handy. So 2/3 and 7/3 gives 9/3, which is, what's 9/3? 9 divided by 3? 3, right? So this inside becomes, the thing inside parentheses becomes just the number 3. I'll just write everything else out now. Okay. I've got 4 1/8 plus a half times 3 squared. So I've got a plus, I've got a multiply, I've got a squared. What do I do next? Well, I took care of my parentheses now. Do I have to take care of any exponents? Oh yes indeed, there's an exponent, the squared. And by the way, it's only touching the parenthesis. So it's only applied to the 3, not applied to the half, just the 3. Now 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9, right? So I have a half times 9. So write everything else out. So great, I took care of parentheses, I took care of exponents. Now I've got to multiply and I've got an addition. What do I do first? Multiply or add? Multiply or add first? Multiply, right? Okay, so do you have to write that as a mixed number or as an improper fraction or something? Let's see, 1/2 times, what's 9 as an improper fraction? Something over 1. 9 over 1, right? So that becomes 9 over 2. Alright? And I have 9 over 2, and I have 4 1/8 to add to that. Okay? So that's good. I did the multiply and all that. I mean, you can do this whichever way you prefer. You could turn this into an improper fraction. You could add them if you like. It seems to me that it might be a little bit easier to turn this into a mixed number and then add them. So I'm going to do that. If you get the right answer, you're right. So I don't really mind how you do it as long as you get the right answer. But it seems to me, because if I turn this into a mixed number, 2 into 9 goes 4 times remainder 1, right? So 4 1/2. So I have basically 4 1/8 plus 4 1/2. Okay. Now I need to get a lowest common denominator before anything else happens to add the 1/8 and the half together, right? So 2 times what gives 8? 2 times 4, right? Okay. So this of course becomes this guy becomes 4 and 4/8. Okay, and of course I have this 4 and 1/8 here added onto it. So 4 and 1/8 and 4 and 4/8. Well, 4 and 4 is 8. That's handy. 1/8 and 4/8 is how many 8s? 5 8s. Okay, so the answer is 8 and 5 8s. If you get 8 and 5 8s, you're correct. At this point, of course, you could have turned, if you wanted to, you could go, 8 times 4 is 32 and 1. You could go, okay, that's 33 8s plus 9 over 2. Get a common denominator, times this by 4 over 4, and keep going that way, and you'll end up with 8 and 5 8s. I mean, it doesn't matter if you do it this way or this way, as long as you get the right answer, it's fine. Okay. And let's see. Okay, here's example 6. 5 times this plus 4 times this. Again, we've got to watch out for order of operations, don't we? And we need to first simplify anything inside a parenthesis. And then we've got to do exponents and so on. So, hold on a second. What have we got inside parentheses, first of all? We have 3/10 plus a fifth, and we also have the half plus the 7/10. Now, we need to go from left to right, so we'll do this one first, and then we'll do this one, and then we'll work on everything else. So just start with 3/10 plus 1/5, okay? So do we need a lowest common denominator here? Excuse me. We do. What do I multiply 5 by to get 10? 5 times 2, right? Okay, so that gives me 3/10 plus 2/10, which is 5/10. Okay, and does that simplify? I guess it does. But you could simplify it, but the thing is, we're going to have, look at this, aren't we going to have tenths over here as well? I don't know if it might just leave that like that for now. Let's see. And then we got plus 4, and then, okay, let's simplify this guy. Oh no, what am I thinking? Don't be silly. This gets too confusing. We always simplify these guys, don't we? That's a half. Okay, 5 times a half, and then plus 4 times whatever this becomes. Okay, so so we've got to simplify the half plus the 7/10. All right. Okay, so get a lowest common denominator. Times 2 by what to get 10? 2 times 5, isn't it? Or 5 over 5, right? Okay, so we got 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Over 2 times 5 is 10. 5/10 plus 7/10, which gives me 12/10. And simplify that. 2 into 12 goes 6 times. 2 into 10 goes 5 times. So that is 6/5. So inside this parenthesis it became half. Inside this parenthesis it became 6/5. Now we've got a couple of multiplications and an addition. If I consult PEMDAS, order of operations, it says we must do what next? Multiply or add? We must multiply from left to right. So we go do this multiplication, then this multiplication. Okay. So how do I multiply 5 times a half? I need to turn the 5 into an improper fraction. 5 over 1 times 1 over half, 1 over 2. Nothing cross cancels, so of course that's just 5 over 2. Now multiply this. You've got to write 4 as a fraction, right? 4 over 1. And then times 6 over 5. Does anything cross cancel? Nope. So 4 times 6 is 24, and 1 times 5 is 5. And of course I've got to add. I'm adding these guys. So I did my parentheses, and I got a half and 6/5 there. I did my multiplications. I got 5 over 2 plus 4 over 5. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and turn it into mixed numbers, or you could just go ahead and just get a lowest common denominator and add them the way they are. It doesn't matter. I'm actually going to get a lowest common denominator on these guys and just add them. So 2 times 5 will work, and 5 times 2. That'll make the bottoms the same. Or the lowest common denominator, of course, is 10, because 2 goes into 10, 5 goes into 10. Right? So times this guy by 5 over 5, times this guy by 2 over 2. And this gives me 25/10 plus 24 times 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. That's 48/10. And add those guys together. 25 and 48. Take my time. No point making a mistake. We did lots of work. If you make a mistake along here, you get the whole thing wrong. Why would you do that? Just take your time. 5 and 8 is 13. Put 3 down, carry the 1. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 2 is 7. And 73 over 10 is what I get. And what's that as a mixed number? 10 into 73 goes 7 times, remainder 3. 7 and 3/10, right?